What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. My name is Braden Carlson.
My name is Taylor.
My name is Shane, or as you might know me, Postart.
My name's Matthew.
My name is Eric. You can call me Eric. And thanks for inviting me, guys.
Sorry, I'm distracted over here. I'm trying to log into our email to see if we got any fan mail. I'm procrastinating and making up words to no one's surprise.
Welcome to the club, Eric. Welcome to the club.
Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my best to keep my my opinions polite and my swear words down as much as I can.
It's okay.
No,
Taylor will cover you if you don't.
This is actually the episode we decided to go scorched earth and we're talking politics, tariffs. If you have anything fun to say there,
the podcast is getting doged.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to have you talk about yourself at least a little bit, Eric. I know you didn't want to make the episode about you, but
well, that wouldn't be very interesting.
No, but we put you on the spot a little bit here. So talk about how you got into rockets and your certifications and all that stuff. And then, I should say we're doing Would You Rather again. Maybe introduce the episode before we start doing it. Nailed it. We're killing it over here. Okay, go ahead, Eric.
Well, you want me to introduce the episode then?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, we're doing Would You Rather.
Oh, that sounds great.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us about your rocketry escapades and bring everybody up to speed.
Well, like everybody, I did little model rockets when I was a kid. You know, mostly we'd just go to the hobby store, buy little rocket kits, and then we'd lose interest in like tie strings to B and C motors and tear them apart and all the stuff you do when you're 12. But then I had some kids, 3 of them, and I was at the Hobby Town or something one day, and I was like, oh man, my kids are going to love this. And I bought some, and we were just launching them in our cul-de-sac. And, you know, of course we lost them. And I didn't think about it for a long time. And my neighbor behind me, after we moved to Grand Junction, invited me to go with his family to shoot rockets at the park. And I was like, oh man, that's a great idea. Haven't done that in a long time. And, so we get out there to the park, and I have a handful of C motors and stuff. And he pulls out an F motor. I didn't even know that existed. And I was like, oh, cool. And I think he flew it in a Star Orbiter or something. So immediately I went to the hobby store, talked to these guys, and there's G motors on the shelf, the Blue Thunder, G80s. And immediately I went and lost every rocket that I had built, at the park. And, but anyways, I was at the hobby store, and they mentioned, I was like, man, it'd be cool if we could build, you know, if I could make something bigger. And he's like, oh, check out, you know, one of the high power rocketry clubs. So that's pretty much how I got into it. And then I found your channel, but just by trying to figure out how to build fiberglass rockets.
And Taylor's channel, right? That's
the Punisher video, man. Well, what was that, Taylor? Like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago that you did that?
About 2 years ago, I think. Year and a half, something like that. I don't know.
Right about when I started getting into rockets, I think it was my first. Well, I did my L1 on a Lock 4, and then immediately after I bought the Punisher, that was my first fiberglass rocket.
And tell them what your level 3 was, because we talk about this, how you are like jaded to how sick it was, but
I thought, Braden, you know, I had to deal with, you know, I had a couple of taps. It was hard. I had about a dozen L2 flights, some, you know, pretty decent stuff, and talked to a couple of taps. And I had this plan for an N2000 or something, you know, pretty sick, because I really wussed out on my L2. And I built a Mach 2, and I had these giant plans, and I just kind of believed, you know, I fell into the trap of, hey, just, you know, low, slow, get your certification. And I was really bummed out that I did it that way. So I had this plan, and the first tap was not impressed. You know, he wanted, hey, get the smallest motor you can, everything just to do that. And, anyways, I wound up with, Tim over at Wildman. He agreed after a lot of me hassling him.
Said he had to twist his arm.
I did. And, he finally agreed to do it. And I said, hey, I want to do it on an N2000. And I think in my mind, that was crazy. I was like, oh man, I don't, you know, this is going to be something that everybody's going to be like so excited about and stuff like that. And I mean, it was a cool flight, but man, people have gone way harder for their L3. So
To be fair, though, like you did it at Airfest, and if there's ever a place where an N2000 is a flight that someone's like, oh yeah, cool, another rocket just flew, it's Arconia, Kansas. But it was sick. Actually, Kevin from the Tripoli headquarters afterwards was like, dude, some guy did his level 3 on an N2000 in a really short rocket. I was like, oh yeah, that was Eric.
I had to do it at Airfest because that was the only place Tim was going.
But yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you want to go to Timtown, which is fun too, by the way. Midwest Power, we still have to get you out there because that's a blast. But anyway, okay, everybody's up to speed. Eric is a level 3 certified flyer, so he is qualified to answer these chaotic would you rather questions. And dude, we need to figure out somehow an episode where we can talk about our opinions on the I guess we did a hot takes episode, but the go low and slow for your certs kind of situation, because for a lot of people that's right, but like immediately after getting your level 2 you put a 4-grain 75 and a 4-inch Punisher, and that's just like how you fly rockets. So I'm a big believer of certifying how you're gonna fly. So
Or you could do it like Shane did, little 4-grain 75 and then immediately shove an 03400 into that thing.
yeah, that's true. Just shake the dust off a little bit, get the cert out of the way. But imagine if he had done the O for the cert, though. He would have got even more view on YouTube, like the song says. Okay, so we don't have any fan mail or anything, so we're going to dump right into the Would You Rather stuff. I don't know why I said dump. That's about the worst word that Joe's there.
That was tough.
But, okay,
We're all gonna
Eric,
dump.
You're our guest, so I feel like we should put your feet to the fire and you throw the first Would You Rather out there.
Well, do they have to be rocket related?
Yes, that's kind of the idea. But
let's save the not rocket stuff for after.
Yeah, I saved I wrote down for the live show, but okay, so I actually put some thought into this, and I had to write it down. So it's kind of complicated, but
mine are all typed out too because I would have forgotten them immediately.
Here, actually, I could do it like this. All right, in the event of a ballistic reentry or otherwise unsafe deployment, like a really nasty shred, or like your main or apogee charge not firing, would you rather be fined the entire value of what you flew, like electronics, the motor, the case, the airframe, or be bumped down one level and have to recert in order to fly in your top class again?
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. And there's a caveat here. CATO doesn't count unless it was like really careless.
Like obviously your fault. Okay.
So is someone reimbursing, or
No, you have to pay the fine or you have to recert. But the fine,
well, you're saying a fine equal to your rocket?
Yeah, you're punished for putting people in danger. I see.
I thought he was just saying the cost of the rocket. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what happened.
so hopefully it's just
I think I'm taking the recert option because
I'm pretty confident. Like recert doesn't seem like that.
But you're L3. That
flight.
means you got to go get a tap. You got to build a new rocket. You got to go through all of that.
That is a good point. But I'm just like, my head immediately went to my 3-inch Punisher, and I'm like, K1275, 3-inch Punisher, altimeters and GPS survived, but I'm assuming it's still in the value. And that 2560 case is like a couple M motors worth of money if you really dig into all the pricing. So I might just deal with the tap situation.
Yeah.
Originally, I was gonna go, research, but you know what? I'll go the other way, and I'll just buy my way
Garmin
out.
money.
Yeah, it's got Garmin. Write a check.
Yeah.
Find me. I'll do it again.
But not really. But
I'll do it bigger next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
Matt, he'll just pay up front for the flight.
Yeah.
I
He's like,
apologize in advance.
this one might go bad. We'll just throw 500 down.
Yeah. Prepay the fine.
Yeah, it's like a hotel room deposit.
Here, this isn't gonna work. Here's $1,000. Fly it.
Oh, I get it back today. Nice. All right. Well, Matt, we're curious to hear your would you rather's, and we do kind of.
Okay.
I want to say, got to keep some pace up here because there's like 40 of them from Patreon.
Jeez. Well, I only have two.
We're set up. You have 2? Okay.
Yeah. All right. My first one is: would you rather launch and lose your level 3 project, or have it Cato?
Launch and lose or Cato it?
Yeah,
Isn't that
I'm
the
gonna
same
take
thing?
the- well,
I'm thinking. Well, okay, it is technically the same thing, but
Oh, you
I
mean
mean,
lose the rocket? Like
yeah,
you
you
don't
lose
recover.
the rocket. You know that it went up and it's out there somewhere, but or would you rather just see it?
when you say lose, would this be like we're pretty sure the chute deployed, you just aren't able to track it, or
Yeah.
like more of a it's in the ground type situation?
Let's say it's in the ground.
Cato.
Oh,
'cause
Cato.
then
Cato.
Maybe something
I
will
can,
survive.
I can at least get the broken pieces back.
Yeah.
If it goes out of sight and you just get the signal that disappears,
Yeah,
that's
Well,
super
you know, Matt.
depressing.
It's like your demon, you know.
yeah, basically.
And my 4-inch Punisher, to be fair. Dude, I don't think, Eric, you haven't really had a big loss experience yet either, right? You and Postart.
No, but you had a close to one though,
Yeah.
Eric, right?
Oh, in
Well,
Argonia?
I almost lost. Yeah, I almost lost the 4-inch Punisher, but
Oh.
Taylor was like, "Dude, if you got a signal, we'll find it."
Yeah,
He was ready
yeah,
to go.
that
He's
was-
like, "We'll get in the van. We'll find it."
that was a trip.
Yeah, dude, the beeper trackers come in clutch when you really need them.
Yeah, I'll never not put one in a rocket again, especially
It's-
because it was the interference with the other ground stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
bad at Airfest.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
launches with the featherweight kind of become a problem for that.
Yep.
But hopefully there's a solution for that at some point. But are we all in agreement we're taking Cato over just ballistic and losing it?
All right, that was the
Yeah.
correct
All right.
answer. Good job.
Well, thank you.
Oh, we're being graded?
All right, Taylor,
like that.
it's you.
Would you rather have a broken fin every flight or one Cato a year?
I already have a broken fin every flight. Does the Cato imply that won't happen anymore? Because I might just take that.
Well, I think it's still a possibility, but it would just be like normal circumstance, not like
Yeah.
an increase in.
So everyday life for me sounds good.
Yeah.
Do all the
I
fins
don't know.
have internals?
Oh, good question.
'Cause I'll take the Kata.
Yeah, if you have to try and pry
Yeah.
internal fillet fins out.
I was thinking Cato too, which sounds kind of crazy, but like it could just like blow the nozzle or something. Like you're not going to get a really gnarly one every time. Whereas like
That's
if
true.
I really hate repairing fins, so
Yeah, me
Is
too.
it
That's why I
like-
have 8 rockets without fin repairs that are missing.
I'm
a
like,
fin.
I'll just figure out a way to build the rocket strong enough that if it Catos, then it's not that.
There
With
you
the
go.
we'll
Catos,
make it through.
Is
Or
it
the
like,
other way where it's disposable, like it's like, well,
Like my
this
tube
motor
fin
may come
rocket.
apart, so it'll just
Yeah,
be kind of
yeah.
a weak booster section.
Can I warranty the CATOs?
If
Or is
it-
it
That's
always
a
my
good
fault?
point.
I don't probably mixed, right? I mean,
Yeah, if there's TTI ones, we're going to hold off on that thought. You make a good point about the internal fillets, especially though. But I think Cato is what I'm going with. But yeah, that new Wildman Punisher that the Patreon supporters over on Rocket Vlogs have seen, that will be available from Wildman sometime shortly. I'm not putting internal fillets on that. For one, it would be difficult, and two, I'm over it. You don't need them. I flew an N motor to Mach 2. And it wasn't even possible to have internal fillets. I'm a believer now. You were right the whole time, Taylor. Trailer, sorry.
thank you.
Okay.
So hold on. You measured the RV Punisher. I didn't do the math on it. What's the biggest case that we can we get a 6400 case in there?
It's
Probably too
54.
short. It's the wait. Sorry,
2800, you mean?
25. Yeah, 2800 or 20 or it's
It's
2560. 2560
Yeah,
is the
I think a
biggest case.
2560 will be the limit, and it'll be tight in that case as well.
Enough
But
room
you
for a
said the
streamer.
name, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait. Oh, did I? You've already
It's
announced it.
fine. It's fine.
You
It's
just
on
beep
the
it out.
new channel, so the if you want to know more about what Eric just said, you can go to patreon.com/rocketvlogs and see what it's all about. Shane,
All right.
or as you may know him, Postart.
That is me. Would you rather only fly rockets where it's 100 degrees and humid, or
A
only
hundo.
fly rockets where it's 40 degrees and, for sake of Tripoli rules, 19.9 mile an hour winds?
Oh,
So
That's
hot and humid
evil.
or cold and windy.
Dang,
I'll take a
that's fun.
hundo. That's basically Argonia in the summer
Argonia
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
I guess, yeah, because I don't want the wind. Because, like, if it's
Mm-mm.
hot and humid but not windy, then sure. We just
think-
kind of already do that.
I think, and usually, like Argonia, when it's that hot, like it makes the shade feel really good. So if you
Yeah,
just
it's-
like stay in the shade till it's time to pop out and drink a ton of water, you can kind of handle it.
I feel like Argonia could be both of those, right? Because at Cloudburst sometimes it gets
Well,
kinda
yeah,
cold.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes
but
sense.
we don't like it the other way. Is the,
No, right.
All right.
And by water, I assume you mean drink a ton of Diet DDP.
yeah, and then and then that night realize that we only drink Diet Dr Pepper, and that's why we feel really bad.
Feel terrible.
Man, why do we feel so bad? Oh, we drank 12 Diet Dr Peppers today.
Eric, what one are you taking here? You're the only one who
It's a-
routinely flies in snow.
Yeah, but I hate wind.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would
okay.
take 20 degrees before I'd take 100 degrees. But the wind, especially at the launch, you're trying to pack a parachute, just dealing with stuff. It aggravates me. So
Yeah.
I'll suffer in the heat and the humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like cold, especially with wind. I'm like, I start not feeling my fingers anymore, and I'm like, this isn't fun.
Well, yeah, it's basically the same thing that you dealt with in Idaho, I bet.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
dude. There was times we would be out there. I'm like, I don't even want to fly a rocket now. So just sit in the car and wait for it to get a little bit warmer, and then after
Yeah,
we fly, I'd be like, I don't want to go get that.
The cutoff is when my hands start to like hurt and not work. That's when I'm just like not like the one day at Midwest Power where we just didn't fly any rockets this past year.
Yeah,
And it's like my hands hurt. I don't want to fly a rocket. It doesn't sound fun.
yeah. Okay. Mine is an interesting one because I feel like the answer depends highly on how long you've been flying rockets. So, would you rather never fly dual deploy again or never fly motor deploy again?
And you have to pick one.
Yep.
dual deploy. I hate dual deploy.
I lose motor, I lose motor ejection. I'll fly dual deploy.
If
So
I can't fly dual deploy, can I use timers and just pop it at the top so I can still fly big stuff?
Yeah, but you can't fly L or bigger.
Yeah. Well, you're saying you say no dual deploy. You're not saying we can't use altimeters, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or was not what you were thinking when you made?
I kind of, yeah. I mean, I will say for the sake of the argument being more interesting, we're going back to like 1996, and we'll fly M1939-25s.
All right, I'm flying motor deploy then because those are sick. I want a motor deploy 4-grain 98.
I do too, but I got to allude to Eric's first. Would you rather? That might result in a lot of fines.
Yeah, I'd have to go dual deploy because it's more fun, and I think the nostalgia of M1939-30s is cool, but the reality of it would be not so cool.
Yeah, it sounds really fun, but probably isn't actually.
You're just like it's just always going like 200 miles an hour when the
Right.
parachute opens. Because you're just guessing. It's like the old days of timers. You're like,
Yep.
it's gonna go pretty high, probably a 20-second on that.
That'll be perfect. Yep. All right, Eric, back to you.
Oh, I thought I already answered. Yeah, I don't want to lose the electronics. I'll keep.
no.
Well, you're insinuating that. I thought that you were insinuating that electronics deployment would not be allowed. Oh wait, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
I think that's kind of what I meant initially, but yeah. But I did mean it was your turn for another would you rather.
Okay. Well, I put one on the Patreon, but which I think might be better. But
You can read that one too if you want.
yeah, I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, I know there was
I'd
a
have to
lot more
open
comments than I was
Patreon.
prepared for. Shout out to the people on
Oh.
patreon.com/rocketvlogs.
Yeah, actually, I remember this one. This one's good.
While we have a moment here, I'd like to talk about the L3 Dream giveaway, where I'm giving away a Wildman Extreme Punisher shock cord and a 75mm Aero Pack retainer and a $100 Wildman gift card that was added to the prize pile by Great Western Buildings. Also, while the Fluctus has already been given away, I decided that the very first person to order a shirt after I posted the video was going to get one. So that's already been distinguished. There is, however, and I'm glad, Eric, you sort of teed me up for this, talking about how you'll never fly without radio or RDF tracking again. One of the other prizes, just we're going to throw it in some random order, is also from Great Western Buildings, and it's a ComSpec PR100 receiver. So if you don't have a way to do radio tracking, you might just win one if you buy anything from rocketvlogs.com or hprtools.com. Every dollar you spend enters you one time to win the grand prize Wildman Extreme Wildman kit. And one random person is going to get the PR100 in their order from either HPR Tools or rocketvlogs.com. Both websites have the full rules and everything, so go check it out. Rocketvlogs.com, HPRtools.com.
Wait, Shane has to make the battery holder for it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to
yeah.
see if Shane would make one, and I'll just use the 3D printed one, and I'll send someone else the OEM equipment.
Right.
That way they
Okay.
have the full experience.
So, okay, your local club can have an unlimited waiver. So whatever's closest to you, right? Taylor, is Airfest or Argonia the closest club for you?
It's technically no, but it's the one that I choose as mine.
Okay. So, well, this one might
There's
not
not
count.
like a local club to Kansas City. The closest one's like 2.5 hours. So I'm like, just drive an extra hour and you get the Argonia benefits.
So your local club can have an unlimited waiver, but you can never go to a big event like Airfest, Balls, NSL, or something with a big waiver ever again. And the recovery area doesn't matter. This perfect
Ooh.
recovery area. But your local club gets an unlimited waiver, like a Balls waiver.
Would it mean that there is then a big yearly launch at said local club?
Well, probably if the waiver's unlimited.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be interested
Yeah.
in that. See, adding the caveat that the recovery area is perfect too is great, because like otherwise far is close to us, which is basically what that is.
Yeah.
But I do still travel for a lot of rocket launches. So I don't know. Half the fun of going to big launches, just kicking it with the homies and slamming
Yeah.
more diet DDP than could ever be reasonable. So
I think that's the worst part.
wow.
Going and seeing people?
You can get
Hey,
your own
people.
hotel room at the next at Airfest.
I'll bring my tent and I'll just camp outside somewhere.
My God, that would be so funny.
He probably would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boy Scout Matt. All right, Matt, we're going to the hotel. Have fun.
Matt does
Really
hate
good.
looking at people, though. For those that only listen to the podcast, you'll never see, but his eyes are closed the entire time.
All the time. Yeah, it's terrible. Might as well just wear like a blindfold or something.
All right. Well, as enticing as Lucerne with an unlimited waiver sounds, I think I'm going to stay traveling and going to big launches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give up the Argonia mainly.
The
But
Argonia. Matt, where are you standing on this? Oh, you already
Yeah.
answered. You hate
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You're like, I want a private unlimited waiver. I don't want anybody to look at me.
Right.
All right. What's your second would you rather, Matt?
My second would you rather is, if you could only have one type of electronics on your rocket, would you rather only have an altimeter or a tracker?
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
one.
Z.
Oh man.
that's tough.
Yeah,
So,
because like if
Tracker include no tracker would be GPS and RDF.
No tracker. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Neither.
yeah,
Either
so
one.
no tracking whatsoever if you have
Yeah.
like, an altimeter. So we can't be like, oh, I'll take in Easy Mini or Easy
Mhm.
Mega or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Telemega with GPS on board. I don't know, because I'm like, I want to say tracker because it seems obvious, but then like, am I really going to fly anything high enough with no
Yeah.
altimeter that it's going to be a problem?
Yeah.
What if I just only fly at balls and then I'll just fly everything to 10,000 feet? 'Cause I feel like you could go to Black Rock and fly like an extreme wild man, say if you won one from buying something from rocketvlogs.com or hprtools.com on an M and go 14,000 feet and still have a good chance of getting it back, right? Because like, you can see where it's going unless something really drastic happens.
Well, out in the desert, you can see like a lot higher usually, depending on the air
Right.
quality.
But
Like
at the same
I think
time,
we saw Shane's rocket. Like,
Yeah,
Bro.
34,000.
but I guess with no altimeter, you can't fly an M unless we allow the thought of.
yeah, I'm going with altimeters.
Yeah,
I
me
think,
too.
yeah, I think me too. We're gonna go
We'll
back.
go 90s style. Let's lay on the ground with binoculars.
Yeah, dude, and the bright orange chalk dust, half a
Yeah.
pound of that in each section. I tried that once when I was younger before we had tracking stuff.
We used to do it all the time in our Estes Prowler. We
Yeah,
really
there's
liked
my dad's level 2 flight. You can see after the drogue charge fired, the whole fin can just turns pink because it just got
Nice.
covered in chalk dust. And you know what? We didn't see it, so worked great. What are you taking, altimeter or tracker?
I'm taking the altimeter. I'll keep the altimeter and I'll just put a 20-foot bright orange chute and everything.
Yeah, start eating carrots a lot. Get the eyesight
Yeah.
situated. All right, Taylor, what do you got?
Well, mine is actually kind of similar, or kind of a mix between Eric's and Matt's, I guess. But never use a tracker again with unlimited recovery area, or use a tracker with like the worst imaginable recovery, like bong if you had like an unlimited waiver.
Okay. Oh God, that's a tough one, honestly.
I want
So
the
like
tracker.
like super bong.
I want the tracker. I want the like hide and seek, or not hide and seek, but the
Yeah, that's more fun for Matt than flying the rocket part. He likes the adventure to go get
I
it.
think it's kind of fun until that was like all you could do.
Yeah.
Like it would be
But,
fun
like-
to. I would think it would be fun to build a rocket specifically to do that, to where the stakes are really like, low. But
Dude, I had a great idea for that for a YouTuber who's now like semi-canceled who makes chocolate and might be the biggest YouTuber on the planet. I was going to make a video where I flew a chocolate bar supersonic and then we had to recover it before it melted, which I thought would be fun.
nice.
But
That's fun.
that particular YouTuber hasn't aged well, so we might just have to use generic chocolate. But the whole reason I wanted to do it was so I could put his name in the title. You gotta pay for Riverside in the podcast production somehow, you know?
You're talking about a Mr. Schmeast bar?
Yeah. There was allegedly some issues he had in Minecraft. I heard from an unreliable source, we'll say. I don't know. I think I'm taking Super Bong, honestly, because then I could just like I flew a rocket at Bong and it landed close enough that it wasn't a problem. I'll just adjust, and then if I'm really feeling a nice hike, then I'll get crazy with it.
What is bong?
It's the launch site in Wisconsin that has a giant pond and a bunch of trees and farmland that's really hard to access. And like, if you don't land it near the pads, you are gonna have a bad time, basically.
it's just like every hazard you could imagine, all in
Yeah.
one launch site.
It's like the worst golf course you've ever
Yeah.
heard of.
Yeah.
Actually, David, when he gave his speech at LDRS 40 out here, he was talking about LDRS at Bong. And he's like, if you like golf, you'll love flying at Bong because there's water hazards. I was like, nice, that's good.
There is isn't there like a canoe there though? Or did
Yeah, the
someone bring-
recovery canoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You throw it in your truck and go paddling.
Well,
I used
how
to-
deep is the pond?
I don't think it's very deep.
There's also like a huge concern for ticks. It's like they fly
there's gonna
in a
be some
state
ticks.
park. And it's like there's like camping spots and hiking trails, and then just it's a small municipal airport that they fly rockets from as well. Great people out there. Hey, everybody, Lock Precision, Judy Lubin, all of our friends at Bong. We love you guys, and we love flying rockets, and we're happy that you like flying rockets at Bong. But that's as far as I can say about that.
I think if I lived like 15 or 20 minutes from there, I would also enjoy it somewhat, but not that to be my only option.
Yeah, if you were
I don't want to
conditioned for it.
I don't want to fly the Punisher there. We'll say that the 12-inch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
I'll take
well-
Super Bong.
I could
Yeah.
not handle the water. Like the canals at NSL were giving me like bad dreams. Just the
That's
idea
fair.
of losing a rocket in there. You're just like, because you'll never know.
So you're taking no tracking? Back to the vitamin C?
No, I want the tracker. But
All right,
rockets
I don't
usually
bong.
float, but
All right, Matt, you taking super bong too? All right, Shane, go ahead and tell us would you rather.
I know my internet connection cut out for a second, and yeah, no, I'm taking. I already answered that. I went.
Oh, you
super
did.
bong.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. I'm not paying
Okay.
attention. Sorry.
Yeah, you're
All
not
right.
paying
There's too much
attention
going
yet.
on.
Pay more attention, would you, Braden?
I'm taking
I'll
no
try.
tracker.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
No super bong for Taylor.
All right. Commercial solid motors are no longer a thing. Would you rather only be able to fly liquids or only be able to fly hybrids?
Hybrids.
Hybrids.
What's the diff?
Okay.
Liquids are
Oh
a
wait,
pain.
no.
So are
I got it.
hybrids,
I forgot.
but-
Hybrid is liquid plus solid, right?
right. You said
Correct.
you said liquids, right? Hybrids or liquids?
Yep.
But is it? Oh, you can fly it either.
Yeah.
That's your choice.
So okay, so you can fly rubber and nitrous, but no solid.
Yeah.
Right. Composite propellant's gone. Sugar propellant's gone. You get liquid
Yeah.
or you get hybrid.
Yeah.
I'm taking hybrid, especially because you can
Yeah.
just 3D print ABS grains. This
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
And they
sick.
taking
sound
hybrid.
awesome.
But wait, what's the rather?
Liquid motors.
Liquid.
You can you can
you have to
only
pick
fly
liquid
hybrids
or
you
hybrid.
can only fly
Right.
liquids.
I see. Yeah, sorry.
I'm out of rocketry, guys.
Oh, yeah, honestly, I would be flying a whole lot less if the hybrids were my best bet.
I think
Remember
I would
when that
go
was the
all
case,
in.
Taylor?
Yeah. There
That
was a
was
period.
After the Aerotech fire, and then especially with all the LUP restrictions and everything.
Man, every
Man.
every big launch would have like a whole rack of like in a like hypertech pads.
Yeah,
Hybrid
hybrid
pads.
GSE specifically. Yeah. Okay. This one's going to be tough. Would you rather never fly 75 millimeter motors again or never fly 54 millimeter motors again?
Ooh, that is tough.
Dang.
No more K550s, no more K1275s, or no more M1297s, no more M1315s, M2050s. I think I got to lose 54s. I can't be not having M2050s in my life.
Yeah.
God, it's
I
going to get
think
so
I'll-
expensive.
I think I'll get rid of
I-
54s.
Yeah, it's a tough choice though because I would say I fly the most 54s. At least I should be flying the most 54s.
Right.
I know that with my income, that is where I should be. But I don't know if that's true for recently. But now you can go down. There's the 1 grain Super Thunder, so I mean basically a full J more or less.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could do, as long as you build your rockets with 75s, you could do pretty much what you need to do.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The K1800 and K1000 were big convincers for me to lean towards dumping 54.
Yep.
If we were still in the days of your only choice was a K560, then no way. It's a good motor, but
It is a good
but it's not going to get the job done on everything.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Hmm.
Eric and Matt?
There's too many good 54 motors. I would lose the 75s because then
Dang.
you get your
Alright.
3-inch and you can have your 4-inch too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good point.
That is
Yeah.
a good point.
I
You
haven't
could
really.
fly M1419s and 1939s. Still pretty sick.
I haven't really flown any 75s. I mean, I know I have, but not very many. So yeah, I'm going to ditch the 75s as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I'm on the edge. There are a lot of good 54s.
Yeah. Well, let us know in the comments on YouTube or let us know in the fan mail your favorite Would You Rather. Actually, and do please submit some to us. Contact at aggpodcast.com or click send us fan mail if you're listening on any of the preferred podcast streaming platforms that's not YouTube. And let us know. Send us some Would You Rathers, but please listen to the episode before you send some. See if somebody else already said it. Thank you. Eric, do you have any more?
Yeah, I got one quick one.
Okay.
Would you rather have your biggest rocket failure be undone? Like you get your rocket back motor, like you never went to fly that day, and you get complete knowledge of what you just did. Yet you got it back. Or never have done your favorite flight, and not have any knowledge that you missed it.
I'm getting rid of my biggest failure, which isn't that big, but I'm just not willing to give up the fact that I flew an O.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know any different.
Yeah, Shane's never really lost any. Yeah, but you wouldn't know about the O. Yeah.
Matt's just having flashbacks about the demon right now. I don't know, dude. I feel like in that case, personal flights, I'm losing the 5-motor Honest John flight, and I don't know if I can give that up. That's 32 million views on YouTube Shorts out the window.
But you get Dreamsicle back. Well, that's probably not your.
It might be, honestly, because that rocket
That's what
flew so much.
That's what the title said.
Yeah,
my favorite rocket. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would rather have that one back than the 4-inch Punisher, if I'm honest. Though the Roustech 5120 in that rocket would be pretty cool to have again, but it wasn't mine
yours.
in the first place. Yeah, no, I'm keeping my rockets buried. The Honest John flight was too sick, dude.
I'll take my failure.
What is that? The Snap 7680 shot cord? That's probably good enough shot cord that we agreed on the day we met.
Well, that one at least I know what happened.
Yeah, that's true.
I would go with the first one. Of course, I kind of know what happened, but I wish it didn't. So, I'll go with that.
What flight are you losing then?
I don't know.
I feel like Taylor. It's too easy for Taylor. You just
too many big flights.
Yeah, he's too scared of flying 5 motors in his 7.5-inch rocket anyway. So we have to take one of the Punisher flights away.
Oh.
I mean,
you'd lose the 99% White Lightning flight in favor of having your M685.
It's okay. It would happen anyway. It would happen.
Whoa, he's signing away Matt's Garmin money.
That he is.
Well, you're saying if it never happened, not just that I have amnesia, right? And the Punisher still existed, we would eventually come to that conclusion either way. Like, it would happen.
I guess so. Yeah, you're probably right. Matt, you getting the demon back? Goodbye, 38.
We wouldn't have these songs if I did,
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have taken a year off Rocketry, probably.
A year off Rocketry. I wouldn't have my 3-inch Punisher, probably.
You could have lost so much
we'd
more
make
stuff.
you get one of those still.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Eric?
I said you could have lost so much more stuff during the course of that year.
That's
true.
I don't know.
Well, that's not the game's not. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
How about this? Yeah, erase the demon in the ground, or erase this first flight of the demon on the L1940.
Make it demon specific.
No. Yeah,
that was probably his coolest flight, right?
I think so, yeah. But it wasn't painted, so I mean it doesn't really count.
Yeah, but it was sick as the L1940.
Right. Garbage.
Yeah, okay. I would rather have that back.
And you proved everyone you surprised us all with a perfect flight that you didn't ask us for any help on.
That's true.
That's true.
That was an outstanding moment in Matt history.
You made me believe so much that we didn't oversee your second flight of the demon at all and let you fly with year-old batteries.
What a roller coaster. Yeah, I would rather have that. I would rather have that back.
All right, which one are you taking, Eric?
Of my own?
Yeah.
I'm keeping my N2000.
That's sick. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You haven't really had any issues either.
Yeah, it's kind of cheating for me.
Just the parachute in the mini mag?
In the 5-inch Jart.
Oh, that's what it was. It was really funny.
How embarrassing.
Eric, he messaged me and I was like, I don't know. I don't really see you doing like anything wrong because like you're so meticulous about everything. And he's like, remember the time I left the rubber bands on the parachute in my Jart? So it's just...
No, it was even dumber than that because we show up to the field. So I put my parachute for that rocket in the nose cone in a Ziploc bag, show up at the field. Because I'm dealing with Garrett stuff, everybody else's stuff. And I'm like, where is my parachute? I got the rocket pulled apart, ready to rock and roll, flying a K550 in it or something. And I'm like, there's no parachute. So I brought extra stuff with me, but I had the parachute was like 10 inches smaller. And I was like, that's good. It'll be fine. So I pack the parachute in there. I fly the rocket. It comes down a little fast and I go to recover it and there's a fin broken. And my buddy Jeremy was with me and he picked up the nose cone and picked it up like this, and it boom, my parachute in the Ziploc bag came falling out.
Oh, it was in a bag.
It didn't even fall out in the sky.
That's impressive, at least.
That's
awesome.
hilarious.
All right, Taylor, hit us with your next one.
Would you rather only use a launch rod or only use a launch rail with the angle that you and I flew off of at Bong at LDRS?
No.
I was
Forever. Those are your choices forever.
Basically, Eric, it was maxed out angle that you could possibly be allowed to fly in the Tripoli rules, pointed right at a pond.
The full 20 degrees.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be at a pond. It could be
Right.
like, I mean, I'm all for a little angle, but it was a lot of it. What's the limit? 15, 20 degrees? I don't know.
I think it is 20.
It's 20, but did you set it at 20 degrees?
No.
Or
we had a
just-
rocket on the pad, and then they were kind of drifting over everyone, and so someone went out there and made the executive decision that we need to angle them all away, which I'm totally down with, but then they angled them all at like 20 degrees.
And then they were like, the wind's going to bring it right back. And then a bunch of rockets went in the water.
See,
but
the problem is most people were flying like 1,200 feet, so that was mostly true. But
right.
our rockets were going a mile, so it just went like 3,000 feet, like over the pond.
It was a good time. That was after the pad was not tightened and the rail fell on my head and ripped the rail buttons out of my rocket. So,
And we had to
I was
wait
pretty ready to
2
just go
hours in
home.
the sun.
yeah, that was really fun. Anyway, this isn't
Yeah, sorry.
the LDRS 41 complaining show, but
We're totally over it.
So, okay, but in the case of my N1560, that means I either put it on a rail and angle it like that, or I put launch lugs on it. There's no tower option, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, God.
Isn't that bad? I don't know.
Yeah, that is bad. I guess I'm going to take launch rod. No, I don't know, though, because then it's going to rod whip so hard.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do launch rod. I mean, we used
Is
to
it-
do it, so.
Is it just like normal, like 1/8 inch,
Eighth
or
inch,
quarter
yeah.
inch
No,
launch
whatever
rod?
size it takes, you know.
Okay.
Half inch, 1 inch, you know.
I'm bringing back the
1
1-inch
inch?
rods, yeah.
Yeah.
There's such thing as a 1-inch rod?
There
Oh,
used
yeah.
to be.
Oh,
Yeah. Use 29 millimeter tubes
Nikes.
for launch lugs.
There used to be 3/8, half inch, 1 inch, and then
A
like
pipe.
the flagpole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flagpole.
That's
Wow.
not a joke. Like the Nebraska Mercury Redstone uses an actual flagpole that they put
the
in the
center
rocket.
or
Yeah.
I guess not quite the center, but
But yeah, it's inside the rocket and they stand it up on the pad and that's its guidance for takeoff.
they just stack it up over the thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Wow.
And I love it. So I'm taking rods, I guess. Flagpole
me
me
too.
up. Let's go.
It would make our
Sure.
upscale mosquitoes and fat boys so much cooler.
Yeah,
So much
very
more
proper.
realistic. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, my upscale mosquito's getting a giant launch lug. I did that to my Mad Cow Mozzie when I was younger. It has to happen. Oh, my Fat Boy has one too. It's got a big piece of 3/8 tube on it.
It's a fake one though.
Yeah, what? It's a big thing, yeah. Fine. Eric, you keeping rail buttons?
I'm just enjoying myself thinking about a 1-inch rod.
Yeah.
There's a
Don't
good joke
enjoy
there.
it too much, Eric.
No, I'm going with the rod,
yeah, that's honestly the
especially because
safer
it's
option.
you can make it bigger. It's not like just the little
Right.
Estes rod or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, if we were trying to fly ends off 1/8 inch rods,
yeah.
Rocketry would be over real quick.
Be
All
a
right,
lot
Shane,
of
what do you
fines
got?
happening.
Yeah, a lot of fines.
Would you rather, with every single flight, lose the airframe and the motor case, or lose the nose cone and electronics every
Oh.
time?
Oh.
Man, that's
Nose
what's going
cone,
on with
cone
the
electronics.
rockets. Yeah.
I could
Motor
plan for
cases
it
are
better
a
that
lot.
way.
Yeah. I'm just gonna only fly easy minis.
Yeah, single-use electronics.
Stratologers.
Yeah, if you can get them. Careful, Eric. You're gonna cause a whirlwind if you tell people you're just throwing Stratologers away. Never mind the fact that I actually am.
No, I would
I've
just do,
destroyed like 5 in the
R-
past calendar year.
RC2 Plus or
But
whatever,
yeah.
the little one.
Yeah, or the RSC2L. Yeah, true. Just get me a 20 pack of those and we're going flying. Okay, I have a couple that I might just scrub for time, but I have this one is fun. Would you rather have an unlimited rocket motor budget or an unlimited rocket travel launch budget? So you have unlimited money to go to whatever launch you want, wherever you want, all the time, or you get whatever. Well, you have money for whatever motor you want all the time. The budget's unlimited, but the motor supply is what's currently there. Or, normal, we'll say. Because right now it's not particularly normal either. But
What if unlimited budget for traveling also meant unlimited time to travel to the launches versus unlimited motor budget?
I don't know. I feel like that's almost making it too easy.
Yeah.
Because so you work your normal schedule. This is stuff that we're carving out. This hilarious. Highly specific. You work your normal schedule. You live in the house you grew up in. The weather's 72 degrees, but only because it's July and it's 9 p.m. Are you taking unlimited motor budget or unlimited travel budget? I think I'm going with travel.
I am too. Then I'm just gonna, go to Australia launches and New Zealand launches for fun.
Yeah, this question came up because I just did my taxes and saw how much I spent on going places to film rockets versus how much I spent on flying rockets. And let me tell you, it was super disproportionate. That's patreon.com/rocketvlogs or rocketvlogs.com.
But that's just a write-off for you, right? You write it off, you get your money back because it's a business expense.
Yeah, I mean, something like that. It's still a little disproportionate. Uncle Sam has me writing him a check again, unfortunately, but I need a tax attorney.
I'm gonna say motor budget.
Yeah, without the time off work, I don't think it's really going to help me that much. Although I guess I could just offset. I could kind of currently take off as much work as I want. I just won't get paid for it. So,
but you can allocate the money you're not spending on motors to covering time off.
I know. I'm just thinking about the absolutely ridiculous stuff I could do just going to Argonia. Like, you boys want to fly in and fly the Punisher again this month?
They'll take it off the N2000 rack.
Maybe we can fly it. We
Yeah,
can fly two times at Airfest.
Matt, we'll go back to back in 2000 drag race?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's do it. You got it. Let's do it.
If we have unlimited travel budget and Taylor has unlimited motor budget, dude, we can fly the Punisher
perfect.
every weekend.
That's true.
Somebody please make our dreams come true.
Yeah, so the unlimited travel budget, we agree then, is transferable. So we can get Eric, Matt, Taylor tickets, lodging, an RV to pull the Punisher with, and then the unlimited motor budget goes to bringing it wherever
Punisher
we want.
on tour.
I think that's how this game is supposed to be played. All right,
Yeah.
let's move on. Taylor, what do you got for us?
I'm out. I only had
Okay,
time to
Postart?
make 3.
I've one more. What would you rather only be able to fly smoky motors or classic propellant motors?
Classic.
Smoke. No, I'm just kidding. I would rather fly classic. What if it was
I like flames. Give me the classics.
Yeah. What if it? What if
there
it was
is? But the
smoke
classic
versus
doesn't really
spark?
really have much flame. It's like translucent.
Well, yeah, it's got more of a flame than smoky motors.
What if it was sparky versus smoky?
No, we can't.
I know.
I reject your would you rather and
I don't know.
edit it myself.
I'm just thinking about the K400, the last K400 I saw, where I thought, how does anybody buy that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you.
It was just
but-
remarkably boring. But
Did you not think that about an M1800 as well?
well, I keep thinking about the giant in one.
Oh yeah,
It was
I
kind
don't
of
know, but
sick.
is that what you're gonna do? Is you're gonna build a giant cluster?
I don't know. I mean, the giant smoky cluster does go pretty hard. So
I hear
guess I'll
classic. I think classic long burn N1000.
wait.
N1100.
Are you
N1560.
talking CTI Classic or Aerotech Classic?
My head always goes to CTI Classic, but
Yeah, N1560.
I would take.
on the
Okay,
table.
I would take CTI Classic. I thought you were talking about Aerotech Classic for some reason.
Well, yeah, I assumed it was either or.
yeah,
You either get CTI and Aerotech smoky stuff, or you get classic from either one.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I would take classic then.
Yeah. Matt, Eric?
I
Yep.
thought it meant I was just going to fly K400s, and I was like, I don't think I
Oh.
want to do that.
I don't know what the CTIs were like, the Smoky Sams, but I think the only smoky motor Aerotech is the M1800 that's in a. I don't think there's any 75s, right? Just is the M1800
Well, there were.
a 98?
There was a 4-grain
The L1120? Is that what it was?
1170. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, the white light and then
Well, no, you get classic, the air, which is only the K400.
Yeah.
Or
I
like
don't know
or like F and G motor. There's some F and G Interjet stuff.
But yeah. But CTI classic, it comes in many sizes.
Every flavor. Yeah.
okay, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, you just know that smoky motors are less fun. That's really all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
okay.
They used to be more fun.
Why were they
There was
more
a
fun?
time.
The H97 was sick, dude, when we were 12.
Like when CTI Smoky Sam came out in the early 2000s, or I guess Vulcan Smoky Sam before that, but like
Dirty Harry? Shout out to Frank Collins.
Dirty Harry, yeah. Well, it's just like you didn't have a lot of options. So you had like White Lightning, Blue Thunder, or Smoky.
Or this new fun thing.
But-
yeah.
But they came out. Is everything okay? I got a report there was hail and my Subaru is outside. So we were trying to make a decision on that.
Well, if you want to move it in, you probably should, because we haven't touched any Patreon stuff yet.
So we're going to go for a bit.
Yeah, probably.
I'll probably be gone for 5 or 10 here.
Okay, think about this one while you're out there. Would you rather solely fly 12 I motors a year or a single 98 millimeter motor a year? Okay, go.
Probably 12i motors.
I don't know though, because I'm like, then I could really sit here and think about my crazy 3400 that I'm going to fly at balls,
Can I
or
cluster the
whatever.
eyes together?
Yeah, but you're dipping into your 12. So if you fly 4, then you only got, 8 more.
That's all right. I
Yeah,
mean,
if
like,
you only have 198,
I'm taking the eye motors.
I don't know. My head just went straight to doing something big and stupid once a year, like going crazy high or a giant rocket that like barely leaves the ground on an 05500. Straight up
All right.
3.3 to 1 thrust to weight. 05500 flights.
If I don't have to pay for them, I'm taking the 98s. If I do have to pay for them still, I'm taking the eyes.
Well, I kind of I did 12 because 12 I motors is roughly the cost of like an average N motor. But yeah, like an 03400 or 05500, that's going to make it disproportionate. But think of all the
Yeah.
other money you won't be spending by not flying any other stuff that year.
Well, I already fly once a year anyways, so.
Oh yeah, good point. So if you had 12 I motors a year, it'd be way different.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Taylor says I motors. I think I'm going with the 98, and I'll just go to launches and watch other people have fun and film it. That's kind of what I do anyway. So
Wait, what about Eric?
The 98.
98.
yeah,
Wow.
gang.
And then what about
Okay.
me?
Well,
Did
you
you-
answered
I
the
have-
question.
I didn't answer the question.
Well, go then, Matthew.
12
Matthew?
eyes. Thank you.
Okay, great. Like a spider.
Do they have to be
No,
flown
not
individually?
quite.
The
I
I
think
you
it
motors,
could be
cluster 'em.
clustered.
you can cluster them or stage or whatever.
I'm doing a 12 stage eye to eye to eye
Oh
to
my
eye to eye, and
gosh.
you understand the rest.
Yeah.
Ay caramba.
Okay, with let's see. We've got some that are pretty similar. Ooh, this one's interesting because tracking becomes an issue. Rocket Prophet says, "Would you rather build fiberglass only or carbon fiber only?"
Do we have to pay for the carbon fiber?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, we kind of have to take it for face value. I think so. Yes. I'm going only fiberglass.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
am
the extra
too.
weight.
Same.
Matt,
Yeah,
okay,
fiber.
thank you.
Glass.
Gotta make sure you have a dedicated answer since you seem so concerned about the last one. I'm going to answer for Taylor.
I'd rather have carbon fiber.
Or carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like spending lots of money and
Jonathan Rose says, would you rather have to fly small motors, only J and below, or fly N and O motors, but you do have to pay for them? I don't know. I think I'm still going to go N and O because I'll just like not fly that much and I'll just fly big stuff.
Why did he leave K's and L's out of there?
Does that make it too easy?
To make it hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get J and down. Okay.
I'm taking J and down, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot you can't do. I mean, we couldn't fly anywhere but far in this state.
That's a good point, but we could just try Tripoli Vegas.
Yeah.
Says N and O motors, I assume. Would you rather only use black powder for recovery ejection or some gaseous or mechanical means? Well, I already only use black powder, so I'm going to stick with that. I have no interest in CO2 or like spring-loaded stuff, and Kip's flight to 293,000 feet or whatever, a certain space company's flight over 400,000 with black powder charges tells me we don't need that. Would you rather build N5800 rockets with only fillets, 1/8 fiberglass fins, or only build G80s with full half-inch carbon fiber fins and 7 layers of tip-to-tip carbon? Asked Liam. I guess I'm going to keep taking N5800s until I make the 1/8 fins work, because I'm good on the G motors that are just playing lawn darts with people's cars.
Especially if they're free, dude, and they're just going to slide me N5800s to kill rockets all the time.
Yeah,
like,
it's like a per diem.
Yeah.
Here's your monthly
Like, okay,
N5800.
sure.
Give it a shot. Did you hear the question, Taylor?
My headphones were out.
Would you rather build N5800 rockets only with 1/8 fiberglass fins, or only build G80s with full half-inch carbon fins and 7 layers of tip-to-tip carbon? He didn't say minimum diameter N5800 rockets. I should qualify. I'm going to build a 16-inch Big Daddy with 1/8 fiberglass fins.
Can we add reinforcement to the fins?
Yeah, it says only fillets, so I guess not.
I don't see how it survives it in order to get that big of a motor in there to.
Yeah, there's no way.
1/8 inch, yeah, honestly.
Guess
it would
I'm
have to
just
be like
shredding rockets all the time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If I get
it would rip off the pad though, man.
your fines are going to be nasty.
They are.
Jonathan Rose says, would you rather have to fly dual deploy SS Alpha or minimum diameter L1000 motor deploy? I want to fly an L1000 motor deploy. They did make them for a minute. When the L1000 first came out, there were some that had motor deploy, and I want one. If you have one, let me know. If you have an I-65 with motor deploy as well, let me know.
I'm not touching dual deploy on an Alpha ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep that away from me.
The Blue Jay makes it feel more okay, but not okay enough that I even want to think about it for very much longer.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm taking the L1000.
Yeah.
Jonathan Rose wants us to fight I-600 or J350. I-600.
I-600.
J350.
I knew it, Taylor. I knew you were going to be the one. Nah.
I saw this one.
They're basically interchangeable. I don't, but it's.
They're
we've had this
basically the
discussion.
same thrust curve and everything, but the I-600 is just better, and it's red.
Yeah. Woo! This one's going to be easy to answer. Sorry, Shane. 12-inch Punisher or double Arcus flight? 12-inch Punisher, obviously.
12-inch Punisher.
Well, yeah. After the O flight, yeah.
Yeah, it's too sick.
Yeah.
The double Arcus is cool, but like it just ain't the 12-inch Punisher.
Yeah.
Eric, from the outsider perspective, how do you feel about that?
The Punisher for sure.
See, yeah, it seems pretty intuitive then. Would you rather never have any CATOs or deployment fails ever again, asks Alex, or have all of your rockets land within quarter mile and you always have line of sight? Oh, quarter mile. Dude, yeah. I'm risking another K300 flight if it makes it through that and I fly at 40,000 feet in Alamosa and it lands a quarter mile away and I can see it. Game on. I would get reckless.
He's saying your flight's always successful otherwise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, never CATOs or deployment failures ever again. I'm risking it.
I'm fine with going on hikes, and I'm just gonna do some stupid gnarly stuff and break every single record.
Yeah, if I knew it was going to deploy for sure every time, I mean, not that that's like a huge problem, but I mean,
It
I'll
doesn't
take
say
that.
it's
I don't-
shred proof, I should add.
Okay.
but no, like you wouldn't have a charge failure ever.
Yeah.
Oh, true. You could be like, I'm going to put this E-match in here and I'm going to bundle it up around basically how our 2-stage was, and somehow that worked. The ignition part. Hey, we would have got it back probably if this was the case.
Yeah,
Would you rather? What?
What do you? Oh yeah, with the
If the
with
ejection charge went
yeah.
off. Well, I'm
Well,
presuming
actually,
they might have, but I'm pretty sure it's shredded. Oh yeah,
It
we
did
didn't
look
talk
that
about
way.
that revelation. Taylor remathed it a little bit and turned out that the Mach 1.6 we thought was going to be there was 2.7 almost, and
the was it two? Yeah, There was a bit-
2.66.
we overlooked a very big.
We didn't. Taylor simmed it, and I took his word for it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't put this on me. No,
Well,
it
you
is
didn't.
on me.
You didn't. You
We
should
I
have
probably should
known.
have checked. Yeah, I should have.
Well,
asked.
actually, it should have been fine if the nose cone wasn't the crappy one.
You think the 330 seconds fins would do Mach 2.66?
It was not the nose cone.
I think it was the nose cone too. Actually, but it was
well,
the old,
yeah, but not.
They weren't-
only.
What? Oh,
You
what
remember
do,
how
what do you think
pitted
it
and
was,
gross
Shane?
that nose cone was?
You think it was the fins, Shane?
I do.
I don't think if the nose cone survived,
They-
the fins would have.
Yeah.
The fins weren't supposed to shred, or if weren't supposed to flutter until like at that speed, like not like the divergence point.
Oh, maybe
Like
that
it was
is
like two. It was like 2.8 or something.
divergence or flutter.
That had to be.
Who knows?
flutter.
Numbers are probably wrong anyway.
Their fins are so small.
Okay, well, anyway, it looks like it took a funky turn after the motor lit, and what we think is that it's
I
confetti
think we
now.
should do the exact same flight
With a
with the
different
same
nose cone?
fins, just to prove a point.
All right, go
Sean
ahead.
Cooper sent me a message, and he was like, "I have a Mach 2, a K375. If you guys want to try again, we
he
have to
just-
figure out another flush closure."
Is he just offering it up?
I don't know. I mean, we could ask, but I say we skip it since we know the hard part we're experts at, and it was really easy as we expected. We just go.
We never light another second stage ever again.
Okay. Doug says, would you rather have free MEM motors to fly on all your existing rockets forever, but never build another rocket again, or build new rocket kits and only be able to fly them once? So free motors you don't really
So-
want.
So me, in the 2010s or Braden?
Yeah. Which no, he didn't say build them and not fly them at all.
I'm
So
gonna
you get to
say-
keep the rocket after the flight. You're just never allowed to fly it again.
Right.
You're not losing it. It's not. Yeah, okay.
That's how half of
Yeah.
my rockets are now anyway. So I think with that framing, Eric, you're probably right. I think I'd take that.
Yeah.
I'll just fly what I got.
You're getting L1170s,
But just-
M1800s, and H97s.
Wait,
Meh, motors.
they were only smoky motors?
No, it's free meh motors.
Oh, I missed that part.
So you get CTI green 3s. You get.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess I would do the fly only once thing.
No, I'm gonna do the man
Um,
motors.
Yeah, that sounds right. Matt likes to eat cardboard too.
Yeah.
But
Rocket
MEM
Flyer
motors-
$12.99.
Hold on. But it depends. It's subjective, right? I mean, you and your VMAX, so anything after that is like, eh,
that's very true.
you know,
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel what. Yeah, it'd be really funny to see someone who like really enjoys smoky motors. Like, oh, gross, an M1780, an M2050. What am I going to do with this garbage? Rocket Flyer says, would you rather only be able to fly Aerotech Fastjack and Blackjack motors, but you get them for free, or only be able to fly Aerotech Dark Matter motors, but you have to pay full? I'm taking the free Blackjacks because
Yeah.
it's the same as Dark Matter at this point,
Yeah.
basically. If we're talking older Dark Matter that hit crazy, I'm gonna keep paying for them. But Now they just don't do it for me anymore. So I can just keep flying rockets for free forever on those M1800s.
That's like the only motor, though.
Yeah, and the H97.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't the L1170s
The J-
still seasonal, right? Or is it just completely discontinued?
It's seasonal.
It's seasonal.
Oh, you can still.
But you
get
got
them
all the
sometimes.
54s and all the 38s. So
Yeah.
They're not fun, but they exist. Quentin Troll says, would you rather walk 1 mile each way in an empty field to recover a 200-pound rocket, or walk 2 miles each way in sagebrush to recover something high performance?
2 miles.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah.
1 mile
Because-
with a 200-pound rocket is a lot.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like 10
'cause-
miles of sagebrush.
We did that for like what? Not even a quarter mile, probably.
Yeah.
yeah, and it sucked.
It sucked super hard.
yeah, because it still weighed like 170
If
pounds.
we ever land in the
with
middle,
motors in it.
in the middle of field, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. We keep getting lucky. One of these times, we're gonna be like, "Oh, who wants to come help?" Everybody's gonna be turning and walking away. Jesse Botta says, "Would you rather replace your friend's 75 3840 case or fund one flight per AGG member at a big event?"
Oh,
Interesting.
Oh.
You would think the obvious answer would be just replace the case immediately.
You know what?
Hmm.
If it were me, I would rather fund each AGG member's flight. You know why? Because more people will get more enjoyment out of that way.
Wow, what a
Instead of
saint!
That is
instead of some
generous,
selfish guy
Matt.
with the 75-30.
The selfish
you're
guy
right.
that was gonna give you the closures. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It is honestly. No, you were gonna give him the case, weren't you? And keep the closure.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna
That's
give
right.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right,
He's like, "Well, I
appreciate
ordered the case,
flight, man.
then we're good."
I want
I
them
didn't get
2000,
closures, but
thanks.
yeah, I was gonna say, you're kind of right in that case. It is selfish to replace hardware you destroy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep that in mind moving forward. Zero G Prince says, "Would you rather only fly rockets 5.5 inches in diameter, or smaller or larger than 5.5?" I'm taking the big boys, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
I mean,
both of
it's-
them include 5.5?
Yeah,
or
I
like
think so.
with
Yeah.
the up? Okay, so
5.5 or smaller, 5.5 or bigger. Because then
Yeah.
if I really get a wild hair, I'm just gonna do a minimum diameter 6-inch motor. And we're
yeah,
gonna get crazy.
I'm gonna go 5.5 and under. It's just-
Mild man.
they take up less space. I
What do
know
you
that.
got, Eric?
I would go 5.5 and smaller.
Really?
Whoa,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not buying a 6-inch motor anytime soon, but I
That's
got
fair.
plenty of 98s.
That's a good. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's true. And 5.5 inches, like the
I would
really
just-
nice butter zone for stuff fitting in your car nicely.
Mhm.
I would just build more. Like, I would just work around by doing like an upscale of like my fat boys. You know what I mean? So I have like the stock size fat boy with a 38. Just do like a 5.5 with a 75 or 98. Just make it really dumb. Use an all motor. Just do
There,
stuff like
dude.
that.
Do you remember the Dumas brothers? Or I don't know. How you
Yeah.
pronounce it, but they did like the stock 5-inch gizmo on ends and stuff like that. Those
Yeah,
guys
it's
were
crazy.
sick.
Wow.
Would you rather fly only clusters or only 2 stages?
Hmm.
Do
I thought
clusters
this was-
include air starts?
I don't think so.
So it's all on the ground.
Yeah.
I thought this was such a good question.
Yeah, it is a good. I think I'm gonna go with clusters.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I have to go clusters too.
2-stage because it sounds more interesting and complicated and fun. And
It's so easy.
it
It's
sounds
so-
it sounds easy. I just
You know, First time we
Dude.
tried a big cluster, it didn't work. But the first time we tried a 2-stage, it did. You know,
Dude, that's Eric's building one. It's gonna work fine. Okay,
Guaranteed.
Yeah, yeah,
what I mean, what could go wrong? There's just like nothing that could go wrong, really.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Zero G Prince. One more has. Would you rather fly only K and smaller or only L and larger with clusters allowed? In that light, I guess I'm taking K and smaller.
yeah.
And I'm gonna put 19 K1275s in something.
Oh, it's not limited by impulse.
Oh no, it says K motors and smaller or L and larger, with clusters allowed.
So that could be unlimited Ks.
Yeah. So I'm doing 12 K1275 staging to 8 K185s.
Oh,
Yeah, that would definitely work.
you're for sure lighting all those.
Yeah, you need a car battery.
Yeah, well,
you
it's
know
fine.
some of those K185s are lighting with it not pointing up.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's like the video of the guy with 13 M1300s or whatever. And they just like stagger light until it just went into the ground under power.
No, it'd be fine. Everything would be fine. Just like the dude that flew his 5.5-inch Nike Smoke at Rocksack a couple of years ago with like 8 I-800s in it or 10.
That's so
So
sick.
gnarly. What are you taking, boys?
L and larger.
I'm gonna go Kane smaller.
I'm going.
Is
for
this
Or-
assuming
smaller.
is this at my current income?
Yeah, I think so.
Then probably K and smaller.
Is this current income or after the Rocket Channel takes off and he's making 100 bands a month?
Dang.
Liam says this is going to be an easy one again too. Sorry, Postart. Would you rather have the 12-inch Punisher fold in half, but all the motor hardware is fine, or have all the motors in the Arc as Kato and destroy everything except recovery and electronics? Take the Kato.
Let's KO the Arcus.
Yeah, it's
Because it
going to
would
cost
be cool.
so much money in hardware, but there's only one big case possible. The 54s are going to hurt if they're in numbers, but there's
Well,
only
and-
4.
With the size of the hardware on the Arcus, we all kind of just have one case in for the most part. I mean, depending on assuming we don't load up all 9 again.
Dude, cooking a full load of Punisher hardware though is like $7,000.
Yeah. We
See,
just
I
can't
like-
do that.
I think the 12-inch Punisher is cooler, but I'm not as emotionally attached to it.
Blow it up, blow the Arcus up.
Yeah.
Plus, like,
Let's kill it so we don't have to store it anymore.
chances are I've only got one case in the Punisher.
Oh, well, no, we've already agreed that if it goes south, we're all splitting, replacing everything that got destroyed.
Oh, did
So
we?
Yeah, you're going
Yeah,
down.
Either that or we take your name off the flight card.
Oh.
Yeah. But you have to put it on the pad by yourself.
Alright, fine. Blow up the double Arcus.
we really risked it all. We had Eric's case on the last Punisher flight too.
Yeah.
But we have the 5120 from our 2 stage now, so we shouldn't need to borrow one unless we want to do all 6 5120 loads, which I do want to do. Sounds pretty sick. But Corey B says, would you rather have only 0 bars for a treat and any soda, or any treat you want, but the only soda that exists is Big Red?
No, I'm sorry, Corey. Miss me with the Big Red. Give me the 0.
I'll take
bars.
only zeros. Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't that bad. They weren't that
Yeah.
bad. Big Red is bad.
It's horrible.
I think you have to be born into it. It's a Texas thing. Have you ever had
Yeah.
Big Red soda, Eric?
Yeah, I've had Big Red soda.
It's
It
cream
tastes like
soda,
cough
right?
syrup to me.
Oh, wait.
We used to get it when I was a kid. I think. Wait, was that a store? No, I'm thinking of Big K.
Oh, yeah, the
Circle
Kmart
K.
brand.
Yeah.
Big,
No, Big Red is basically like Robitussin but carbonated.
my Yeah.
gosh.
Robitussin, but like with carbonated and a little extra sugar.
Isn't
Yeah.
that cream soda? I thought it was cream soda.
No.
What? No.
No.
You're out of your mind.
I'm gonna have to try
It's
some
the
Big Red.
soda that looks like it's an unhealthy shade of red.
Yeah, red too.
Yeah.
The nice cancer giving, or whatever it is.
Okay.
I do like 0 bars though.
Mm.
Yeah, we
they hit.
thought we didn't, and then Corey brought us some, and we were revived.
Is that Corey? Is that a Airfest Corey?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Noah Lenahan, would you rather have unlimited free motors or unlimited free rockets? Motors for sure.
Motors.
Motor rockets are cheap
Would
compared
you-
to motors.
Would you rather have unlimited Diet Dr. Pepper or one O10,000?
10,000.
Yeah. I don't know what's an O10,000. Just any O10,000 we want. If he meant O25,000, I might just never have Diet Dr. Pepper.
Cosdo O10,000?
Oh, you're right. No, that's an O1000. The
Yeah.
Cosdo O1000. Dude, I'm taking a Cosdo O10,000 for
Yeah.
sure. How could I be so coy?
I saw this one earlier today and I did the math. I think, give or take, if you can find it, or depending on, it's basically 350 cases of Diet Dr. Pepper.
For the equivalent O motor price?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's-
one
I mean-
one Airfest worth of Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We get 200 of those for the hotel, and then the other ones are on-site Diet Dr. Peppers.
It's on site.
Quarter-inch balsa fins or 1/16-inch plywood fins. I'm gonna
I guess-
say no reinforcement for the sake of the argument. I guess balsa. Quarter-inch balsa's got to be pretty wag-proof to some extent.
I doubt
I'm going to
that.
take ply.
I'm taking ply as well.
Yes. I guess plywood.
Is 1/16 plywood even a thing? Is that just like a single ply?
Dude, they have like
No,
five
you can
ply.
get. I don't know if you can get 5. I think it's 3 ply.
It's like
Oh,
3
okay.
sheets of veneer, basically.
It's really hard to cut. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
What, does it
you can
splinter pretty
score
easily?
it with
'Cause
an
it's-
X-Acto like
it's
19
too-
times.
Yeah, it's like too thin to cut with a saw unless you have a scroll saw,
Yep.
and it's too thick. You just have to score it a bunch with a knife, and it's really crappy. But
And then
you
hope you
could
don't
use it
have a-
unreinforced on like probably a 29 or 38 millimeter minimum diameter.
And Taylor's going to be putting that to the test on the Rocket channel.
Ooh,
Okay. That brings the Patreon segment to the end. I have one last one from mine that I want to get to, and that's how we're going to round this off. Okay? So don't forget, if you have a Would You Rather, send them to us at contact@aggpodcast.com or send it in the fan mail section. We are going to do more episodes like this because it's a good time. Would you rather only fly single deploy, no shoot release, nothing, you're popping at the top every single flight you do, or always have a main parachute that is way too small for your rocket?
sorry, I got
No,
kicked
is
out.
Taylor
Can you repeat
frozen?
that?
Oh, there he's back. Would you rather only fly a single deploy with no shoot release option, it's pop at the top no matter what, or always have a main parachute too small for your rocket? Way too small.
I'm just going to move the fins up the airframe a little bit and take smaller shoots. I'll crumple the aft of the airframe every flight. It's fine.
That
Every
that
rocket
sucks
can have a crumple
because
zone.
Some rockets too small a shoot's going to be a big deal breaker.
Yeah, any mosquito upscales, gone. You can't be doing that.
The Sumi broken.
Yeah, game over.
I'm going to pop at the top.
I guess I am too, but it's really going to hinder our 12-inch Punisher flights.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they're going to let us pop at the top at 10K.
I mean, no one's gonna stop us. I don't think.
We just act like it has dual deploy.
I'm sure we could say it's coming out at the top and no one would care. They're just gonna be like, "That's really stupid," but okay, have fun.
Yeah.
I just feel like they'll be like, "Whoa, it's going to land way outside the waiver," because it would.
Not necessarily. If it's nice and calm,
You don't think it's going to catch thermals and stuff up there?
maybe, but probably not. Probably not.
Is this way too small parachute keeping it under the 35 feet per second rule? Or are we going are we going like my Mach 2 flight at Balls, where it's like, nah, it's coming down fast?
It's coming down fast because the Tripoli board of directors have agreed with this scenario for some reason.
I'm doing the small parachute.
I mean, even if we said it was 35 feet per second, that's still like fin breakers
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
if they're swept at all.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
think I'm
breaking
going
fins.
with tiny parachutes and just tip to tip carbon or making breakaway fin. All of my rockets are
Yeah.
gonna have crumple zones.
Yeah.
that they just I snap and I unbolt it and I move on.
I'm just gonna use explosive bolts that hold the fins on,
Oh,
and it drops all the
wow.
fins at apogee.
Yeah,
Never have to
see
worry
if I
about
pop
it.
at the if I pop at the top, I could just use a small parachute.
Yeah. But then you're going to be bringing it down fast again anyway. So it still makes problems for like the 12-inch Punisher, or unless you can build your Mosquito, but you're only going to want to fly like 4,000 feet because you got to bring that thing down at 10 FPS anyway to not break the fins.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good one, I think. I think that's a good ender. That's why I
Yeah.
saved
Mosquitoes
it.
will be a good test of our abilities to not break fins.
Yeah, Braden's just
Who
breaking a fin.
we should have a bet. We should have a wager for who breaks their mosquito fins first.
Okay, but we all have to fly.
Or
them.
like-
That's the problem.
We have to.
Some
Yeah.
people in here don't really fly rockets that often.
Okay.
Taylor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even if it gets him a lot of view.
Yeah, even if he gets a lot of view, he doesn't care. He says, "Nah, I'm cool."
I have a motor for it.
Oh, you're J800?
Yeah.
That's gonna
In the
rip thing
mosquito.
right off.
It will.
Well, he's losing the.
I'll just fly it
the
on a
fin bet.
38. I can
He's doing
afford that one.
quarter-inch G10 fins.
Oh.
All right, well, let us know in the comments what your favorite Would You Rather is. If you really want to take the time to write out an answer to every single one of them, please be our guest. I can't promise if you answer like 50 questions, so in the comments I'm going to read all of them, but I'll give it a heart react. So there is that. My name is Braden Carlson. You can find me on YouTube at Rocket Vlogs. But you can't find me here at Rocket Vlogs because we are now on the Anti-Gravity Group YouTube channel for the podcast. So I was going to say if you missed the memo, go subscribe, but otherwise you're probably not going to see this unless you're listening to it on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I just keep going. Whatever else, go subscribe to the new Anti-Gravity Group YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat at BigB1011. Guys, I hit 10,000 followers on TikTok. I did
it.
10,000 followers on
Congratulations.
TikTok. Incidentally, I'm not a millionaire and didn't get good at dancing. I thought that was going to happen, but so go follow me at Braden Carlson 6 on TikTok. That must be 100,000 is the threshold for becoming a millionaire and being good at dancing. But that's all I got for you.
My name is Taylor, and you can check me out on YouTube at the Rocket Channel. And I'm still messing around with nose cones for the past 3 months because I'm obsessive over it. So, but I think I got them sorted out finally. So maybe we'll get the video up on that. And keep your eyes out for the new Anti-Gravity Group logo dropping soon.
Oh,
Oh. My name is Shane or Postart. You can find me on YouTube at Postart Propulsions, on Instagram at Shane Harris Photo, and online at hprtools.com, where you can get one entry for every $1 spent.
To win what?
A Wildman. I forgot what it is.
It's an Extreme Wildman, I believe, and
Okay.
a shock cord and an aero pack and a $100 Wildman gift card. You can also enter at rocketvlogs.com. Well,
That's the
moving
L3
on.
kit, right?
That is, yeah, the
Yeah.
L3 Dream giveaway, they
yeah.
call it.
Wow. There you go. I don't have to say anything. I'm Matt, and you can find me right here.
Nice.
I'm Eric, and thanks for having me, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. It's a good
thank you
time.
for joining us.
I'm glad you could be here for one that was, fun, because some of them are a little
Yeah.
dreary. The fact that people listen to some of the episodes, I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
Some of them are hard to to make it through recording.
Yeah.
dude, shout out the episode where just me and Taylor talked about thermite. That was a fun one because we didn't actually talk about thermite for the whole time. But anyway, yeah, it was a blast. So don't forget to send us your Would You Rathers. And we are the Anti-Gravity Group plus Eric Beavers today. And this is the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. We will see you all next time.
We might just hear from Nigel the Rocket Cat. Load up the professional masterpiece, you can bet on that. A launch and a chat with them is guaranteed to be a blast. It's the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. Ooh.